Learning outcomes. After studying this module, you shall be able to understand the approaches or conceptual models towards the understanding of business and associated factors, comprehend the theoretical framework behind the concept of a cluster, value network and business ecosystem, draw a comparison among cluster, value network and business ecosystem, differentiate between the value chain and value network, develop the ability to understand the underlying factors that make these concepts important for the strategic decision making, know the relative contribution of each concept to the value creation for customers. 6. Introduction. Now I will give a brief introduction of module. Comparing the business ecosystem with cluster and value network gives a deep insight into the understanding of a business ecosystem. On taking a satellite view of the business, it seems that three approaches are same, but when we dive into the sea of business world, we get to know that these conceptual models of business are very different from each other, having different theoretical base in literature as well as practical implications. Before comparing these approaches, we must learn the meaning, features and their respective contribution to the strategic decision making in today's highly complex and globalized business arena, where everybody, be it existing corporate giant or budding entrepreneur, wants to leverage their competencies and get the comparative advantage to make a strong foothold in the market. To achieve this goal, let us discuss the concepts of a cluster, value network and business ecosystem and thereby differentiate among them. Now we will consider approaches towards the understanding of business. Cluster, value network and business ecosystem are the models or approaches that help in understanding the business and its surroundings. First, we will consider cluster. The word cluster means a bunch of same kind of things held together. In the context of business, cluster means a group of producers or firms producing identical things in close proximity to each other. Business clusters have strategic importance. The concept of cluster, or more precisely, a business cluster, was conceptualized by Michael Porter. Due to his contribution to the concept that has been widely recognized and appreciated, it is also called Porterian cluster, named after him. Clusters emerge when firms from the same industry come together in close vicinity. A business cluster refers to a network of connected businesses in a particular field that are located in the same region or a geographic location. Clustering leads to agglomeration effects, that is, the benefits that arise due to close proximity of firms. According to Michael Porter, 1998, clusters are critical masses in one place of unusual competitive success in particular field. He also talked about the paradox of location. Paradox of location depicts the dynamic nature of competition, which is the reality of today's global economy, where the resources can be outsourced from any part of the world, which are not possible earlier. With the onset of globalization, we might think that location is not important for harnessing the competitive advantage, but one should not overlook the vital role of immediate business surroundings in innovation and development of competitive advantage that results from the geographic concentration of firms. Cluster analysis helps in understanding the regional economy. A cluster is said to have comparative advantage if it enjoys higher productivity and growth as compared to other regions. Cluster analysis helps in tracking the employment trends due to structural shifts in the economy, maximizing the utility of government policies and investment by giving insight into the economic drivers of a particular location or region. A cluster includes the suppliers of raw materials, primary producers, distributors, services of finance, marketing, education, trade associations, consultants, and specialists and other related firms. Clusters are faced with both competition and cooperation. Competition is among the rivals to attract and retain customers. Cooperation exists among the related industries and local entities which actually are a part of the value chain of the company. Porter has rightly said that competition depends on productivity and productivity depends on competition, not on the scale of production or size of the company. Competition is influenced by local business environment. If we assume the scale and the size of the firm as the basis of productivity, then companies can become productive if they employ advanced technology, innovative methods, and produce products that are unique and best suited for consumer needs. But Porter has put forth another route to look at productivity, and the route is named as competition, which is particular to a region. Companies cannot employ and use advanced technology without infrastructure, which is required for bringing the technology to the region. According to Porter, cluster affects competition by A. Raising the productivity of companies in a particular area, B. Innovation, and C. The expansion of cluster through the formation of new businesses. Complementarity is the key feature of a cluster. Complementarity refers to the linkages in a cluster associated with its members. It can take various forms, such as various products complementing each other to provide a complete package to the customers, coordination among various entities where output of one is the input for another, complementarity in the area of marketing, that is, joint marketing efforts such as trade fairs, trade magazines, cultural events that boost the reputation of a cluster. A cluster basically represents a particular region or area, and members of a cluster are benefited by the enhanced reputation of the area. Examples of business clusters are Detroit for automobiles, Napa Valley, a wine producing region in California, Aerospace Valley in France, Bollywood, that is film cluster of India located in Mumbai, London's financial sector, textile cluster in India such as Gujarat textile cluster. Gujarat is the most industrialized state of India, having premier position in various industries. Government supports the region through various policy measures. Various trade unions, advisory boards, PSUs and councils, and educational institutions and universities help in maintaining competitiveness of the cluster. Napa Valley is located in Napa County, California, USA. It is one of the leading wine producing regions in the world. The valley or the region enjoys the status of premier wine producing region because of its climate, topography, and geology are favorable for the growth of wine grapes. Napa Valley has emerged as a popular destination for eno-tourism. Eno-tourism is called the wine tourism that consists of visiting wineries, walks to vineyards, tasting wines, and participating in harvesting of wine grapes. Napa Valley houses around 450 wineries, various wine bottling facilities, and warehouses. In 1968, Wittners, one who makes or sells wine, grabbed the opportunity generated by Williamson Act or the California Land Conservation Act of 1965, wherein relief of property tax is provided to the farmland owners who agree not to develop or convert the land for another use. The motive behind the act was to promote land conservation, especially the farmlands. Many cultural events are also organized in the valley to promote tourism in the valley. Now we will first consider the benefits of clusters. Efficiency in sourcing inputs, access to information and technology, supporting research and development institution, benefits from related industries, access to talented human resource, strong supplier base, lower transaction cost because most of the inputs are sourced locally, lesser need to stock the inventory. Companies enjoy the reputation of the cluster itself. Improved communication resulting from proximity of related industries. Better relationships and ties. Many vendors in a single place is a benefit for customers. Quick implementation of innovation due to close relationship with other in a cluster. Cluster-friendly government incentives and policies and investment in public goods. Strong clusters are capable of attracting foreign investment. Regional competition or rivalry works as a motivating force that drives the companies to innovate and outdo others in the area. Helpful for entrepreneurs to embark on their journey to establish a business in a cluster because all the required resources are available at one place. Geographical proximity is the peculiar feature of a business cluster. Clusters provide strength to its members that arises from grouping of companies, which helps in raising voice as one when it is time to face regulatory and policy issues that impact their businesses. Now we will consider the limitation of clusters. Besides the many advantages of clustering, there are its limitations too. The entire supply chain of many organizations can face a setback if there is a natural calamity, as happened in Japan 2011 when the earthquake and the resultant tsunami hit the nation that is a global supplier of electronic components. A change in customers' need can become a threat if innovation is lacking or is slow. Rigidity within the cluster, groupism, and the illiberal or parochial nature or attitude of key executives of the companies in a cluster can lead to apathy in the entire cluster that will ultimately hinder the path to innovation. Second approach towards understanding of business is value network. Value network can be described as a network of value creation where network represents the roles, relationships and interactions. Everyone plays a different role in a value network, which is a key feature of it. Collaborative work is essential to a value network. To take instance, suppose there is an emergency situation that requires immediate attention. Situation: a person faints due to some reason. Now, in such a situation, everyone around him shall generally assume a role chosen by themselves. One shall get water, another would make a call to a doctor, someone would rub his hands and feet, and others will be helping in one way or the other. We can see that everyone has a role to play and responsibility to fulfill. All are working towards a common aim, that is, saving the life of the person who has fainted by whatever means possible. People organize themselves naturally around roles, promptly decides how the roles will interact and get the work done. We know that the business environment is dynamic, complex, and ever changing. Business organizations need to be responsive to the environment. This is possible when people organize themselves promptly, which further requires a structure such as social networking applications, but traditionally such technologies are viewed as obstacles for work performance and goal achievement. Social networking is just a small aspect of collaboration. Value network is much more than that. Value network is a purposeful grouping of people in different groups who work together to achieve the goal. According to Ali and Schwabe, a value network is any set of roles and interactions that generates a specific kind of business, economic, or social good. Value network is a human centric approach and role based approach to business. It talks about not only the formal relationships and roles, but informal linkages and interactions as well. Nowadays, many companies from various industries make use of value network analysis. Value network analysis aids in modeling and mapping the roles of people in a network and tells how they engage to complete a task. Organization chart describes hierarchical order of various job titles, whereas a value network is concerned about roles. Job title and role are different terms. A role is a set of behavior or the part played by a person in a particular setting. Value network can be seen from different perspectives and contexts, be it a single organization, an industry, or business community. From an organizational perspective, we mean value network within the organization. That is, network of people in an organization having both formal and informal interactions. From an industry perspective, we refer to a network of various firms in an industry engaged in value creation. From a business community perspective, we refer to a network of firms and related industries who are linked to each other. Whatever be the perspective or context, value network analysis helps in thinking beyond the processes, policies, and machines and realizing the potential of human interactions and roles in creation of value for the ultimate customer. Value network involves complex and dynamic exchanges among companies, suppliers, distributors, customers, strategic partners, and anyone who affects and gets affected by the business. Such networks do not revolve around goods, services, and making money, that is, revenue. In fact, they emphasize on both tangible and intangible benefits resulting from the transactions and interactions. Examples of intangible benefits are sense of belonging to a community, goodwill enhancement, information exchange, exchange of knowledge, feedback. One should not confuse value network with value chain. Value network focuses on the sequential flow of activities that are required to be undertaken for bringing the finished product in the hands of the customers. A value chain can be broken into upstream and downstream activities. Value chain resembles the assembly line, whereas value network refers to the multidimensional interactions and interdependencies where value flows to and from various dimensions or roles. Changing environment has led to a change in the essence of value creation and in the means of creating value. Today, it's not about placing a company at a suitable place in a value chain. Rather, it is about creating a value system or value network where the strategic task is to rethink and reorganize the roles and relationships of participants and players in a network to mobilize the resources which are tangible and intangible to create value that fits the consumer expectations and also makes a place in the competitive space before a company. It is not about a fixed set of activities as represented by a value chain where value is added at each step of the sequence. Rather, it is about reinventing value through innovation, human centric approach, and strategic rethinking. Third approach towards understanding of business is business ecosystem. James F. Morey conceptualized the concept of business ecosystem that has been discussed by him in his work Predators and Prey 1993, where it has been compared with the biological ecosystem. The analogy between business ecosystem and biological system furnishes a systematic approach to decision making and strategic thinking in the ever evolving business environment. In a business ecosystem, the various constituents move from a set of random elements to more organized and structured system as observed in the biological ecosystems. Such approach to the strategic management of a business considers each and every element in the ecosystem to be capable of affecting and get affected by the interactions, relationships, and capabilities of each other. The business ecosystem emphasizes not only on the resource under the direct control of the organization, but also on the resources that are present outside the organization's direct control because business cannot be run on its own. It requires integration of resources to bring out the synergistic effects. Such integration leads to innovation, which is the key to success for an individual organization and entire business ecosystem as well. Business ecosystem represents dynamism, adaptation, interdependence, symbiosis, diversity, innovation, and openness. Without such qualities or features, a business ecosystem cannot exist. Today, managers cannot decide about the products without considering the implications it will have for the ecosystem because products persist in the context of other products. Think over it. What is the use of a pen in the absence of ink? What is the use of a computer or a laptop without the operating system? What is the use of mobile phone without its battery? In a business ecosystem, the entities co-evolve through the interplay of competitive and cooperative forces. Interdependence provides a stage for innovation. Existing products can be thought of as platforms for new product development and innovation, where existing products are molded into new products through creative thinking and effective implementation of ideas. Business ecosystem can be viewed as a subsystem emerging from the suprasystem, that is business environment. Business ecosystem involves everything that has direct interactions with the business, whereas business environment involves everything that surrounds a business having direct and indirect influence on a business. Yancity and Levine 2004 has suggested three major parameters on which the health of a business depends. These are productivity, robustness, and niche creation. Productivity here means the ability to convert the inputs technology into products that are new and low on cost. Robustness requires business ecosystem to be strong, vigorous, and effective in all or most situations or conditions. A robust ecosystem is capable of absorbing the shocks arising from the environment. Third factor is the ability to form niche and provide opportunity to new firms. This is possible through cooperative attitude. Diversity is the key ingredient of innovation in the ecosystem. It helps in the development of new roles, functions, and offerings. Each player in the business ecosystem has a unique role that depends on their nature, objectives, and capabilities. In a nutshell, business ecosystem is beyond an industry. It can be seen as a complex business community or a web of economic activities that put forth the innovations before customers, and these innovations are the result of interdependence, diversity, openness, and adaptive nature of business ecosystem, which makes the system capable of standing the challenges thrown by the dynamic and ever-changing business environment. Business ecosystem has managerial implications in today's globalized and complex environment where technology is fast changing. Kind of a strategy to be adopted depends on the present and potential positions of your business in the overall business ecosystem, whether you are a leader, dominator, or platform provider, or just embarked on a journey to enter the system as a new player or an existing player but not a leader. Whatever be the position of the business in the ecosystem, every entity has a role to play that contributes to the overall health and prosperity of the ecosystem. Comparison of business ecosystem with cluster and value network. Having discussed the concept, nature, and features of cluster, value network, and business ecosystem, we are able to draw a comparison among the three. These concepts seem to be same, but they do have peculiar differences among them. The phenomena of clustering originates from the geographic proximity or concentration of companies due to the horizontal and vertical linkages. Cluster pertains to a particular geographic area. That is why regionality or locality is the key characteristic of a cluster that distinguishes it from value network and business ecosystem. Clusters prosper due to the proximity of firms from the same industry because in such a case competition is fierce due to the bargaining powers of buyers that arises from their contact with several firms in a cluster. Such power in the hands of customers work as a driving force for the firms who then indulge in diffusion of innovation. The idea of industry is at the center of a cluster. While competition is the strength of a cluster, value network resides on the strength of cooperation among participants who are part of the network. Customers assume the central place in the value network, and the firms or companies organize their roles and interactions around them to create value, both tangible and intangible benefits. Value network is not confined to a particular region. Value network can be local, national, and even global. The members in a value network are not necessarily part of a single industry, rather, there can be participants from various industries. Business ecosystem, like value network, does not assign any strategic importance to location. Business ecosystem does not depend on regionality or geographical proximity of business organizations. The reduced importance of locality or place is due to the advances made in the information and communication technology. Business ecosystem differs from cluster and value network on the basis of competition and cooperation. Business ecosystem represents both competition and cooperation, whereas cluster focuses on competition and value network is completely based on cooperation among members once the members are chosen and their roles defined. Business ecosystem outrightly rejects the idea of industry. Morey, 1993, suggested that a company be viewed not as a member of a single industry, but as a part of a business ecosystem that crosses a variety of industries. First, value sharing, or more precisely, sharing the competencies and capabilities with others for everyone's benefit, is a phenomenon not present in a cluster where competitors keep an eye on each other to get the share in the market pie. Sharing of information, feedback, and intangible benefits arising out of it are important qualities of value network but are limited to a particular operation or task, whereas shared fate, collective effort, cooperation, interconnectedness, value sharing, transfer of information, as well as knowledge are the key characteristics of business ecosystem. Second, cluster analysis does not talk about roles, interactions, self-organization, and human resources and their contribution. On the other hand, value network is a concept that is human-centric. Business ecosystem also considers importance of roles, interactions, and relationships but at a higher level. Third, cluster model is based on value chain approach, whereas value network and business ecosystem are much more than value chain. Value network and business ecosystem recognize the fact that value and knowledge can come from any direction. They do not emphasize on sequential order of activities. Fourth, business ecosystem can be seen as a solar system that contains a sun, 9 planets, and their satellites, comets, asteroids, etc. Sun lies at the center of the solar system, who is in the dominant position in the solar system. Similarly, There can be keystones and dominators in the business ecosystem who provide platform or initial innovation to others. Although in business ecosystem, the decision making is decentralized, but the existence and strategic moves of leaders and the dominators have a great deal of effect on the strategic decision making of other players in the system. In a value network, there can be an organization who assumes the role of a controller, whereas in a cluster, all firms are independent of each other. Let us summarize the discussion we have done so far. The theoretical base behind the concept of cluster is given by Michael Porter. A business cluster means a group of firms producing similar things in close proximity to each other. Geographical proximity or locality or regionality is the essence of a business cluster. Cluster analysis helps in understanding the regional economy. Clustering helps its members in many ways such as goodwill enhancement, improved communication, easy sourcing of inputs, etc. Competition is fierce among competitors in a cluster, whereas we see cooperation among the companies in a cluster and their related industries and local community who are a part of their upstream and downstream activities. Besides the various advantages, clustering has its limitations too. Value network is a role-based approach towards business where interactions and relationships arising out of the diverse roles are given due importance in the conduct of business. Value network can be viewed in different contexts, that is, organizational context, industry context, and business community perspective. Value chain and value network are not the same. Value chain is a set of sequential activities, whereas value network is multidimensional. The credit for the conceptualization of the business ecosystem goes to James F. Morey, who used the analogy of biological ecosystem to describe the business and its surroundings. Business ecosystem represents the features of complexity, symbiosis, interconnectedness, dynamism, adaptation, innovation, openness, value sharing, and co-evolution. Business ecosystem is multidimensional. Clustering resides on the concept of industry and geographical vicinity, whereas value network and business ecosystem are beyond the geographical boundaries and cut across a single industry. Clustering is not based on roles and interactions, whereas value network and business ecosystem essentially draw their peculiar features from interactions, relationships, and interdependencies among participants. Value sharing is present in value network and business ecosystem, but not in a cluster due to fierce competition among rivals.